G'day folks, Rod from My Water Filter here today, and we're lucky enough to be able to catch up with Wayne from Grander, Australia, and what we're going to do today is have a talk about the Grander rods, and in particular the Grander rods when they're introduced into a rainwater tank, okay? Up until now, people have mostly been accustomed to using UV lights and maybe fine filtration. Nowadays, with the advancement of Grander and the trials that have been done and what's been going on, we're now getting very confident, and you know a lot about the rods and the tanks and stuff like that, and having a lot of success with them nowadays. It's a much better way for people to go, because you know, the UVs are killing all the bacteria that's flowing through the water line into the home that they're going to drink. And Grander obviously promotes the good bacteria and gets rid of the bad ones, and that's what us human beings need.
Yep. We're really excited about the rainwater tanks because, you know, it's been a contentious issue whether you drink tank water or you drink town water or vice versa.
Yeah.
But with the Grander system, what we do is we even out the playing field. So that means that tank water is no longer considered, you know, maybe bacterial problems and things like that, taste problems and those sorts of things. But Grander helps to structure the water, so structured water has a higher oxygen content, which makes the probiotics or the bacteria work more aerobically. We all want that oxygen level, and it makes it so that we are more confident than using some other, like UVs and ozones and things like that, which have their problems as well. The only thing to remember is when probiotics or bacteria, it's not a light switch situation. You're not chemicalizing it. You're actually treating the water over a time, helping to remove sludge from the bottom, absolutely, and stabilizing the water that's in there. Remembering that 5 million bacteria sit on a pinhead, you can imagine it's not the water we're treating so much, it's all the surface area of the tanks and things like that. And so that's a very important fact.
Understand. Yep. So we're basically just getting hold of a Grander rod, lowering it into our water tank. The signal's been emitted from the rod throughout the water. So normally the water in that tank will all be stratifying over time, losing oxygen.
Exactly,
Bacteria's building and growing in the leaves and the debris on the bottom of the tank and the walls. But then once we put in the Grander rod, maybe if it's a old tank, we might want to suck all of the leaves and debris off the bottom to have a new start. But if it's a relatively new tank and we're good to go, we can simply hang the rod into the tank. The signal is emitted from the rod. It keeps the tank nice and clean inside. The water's alive and moving around, oxygenated. The bugs aren't growing because there's plenty of oxygen in the water, so we've only got good bacteria, and then that just flows through the pipeline. The pipeline ends up being the same as the tank, with good bacteria growing throughout it, and so it can generally flow right through the whole home. No switches need turning off, there's no power, there's no anything. The tank's clean and looked after. It just sounds like a beautiful way to go.
It is, and like I said, it's something that doesn't happen overnight. So if we need to, you know, clean a dirty tank first, gives a better starting point. But in all our experience over many years, the Grander helps to reduce sludge dramatically. And I think we've got some photos of that to show how dramatically it does reduce sludge. But you know, at the end of the day, it's all about health. Is it healthy for you? And the answer is absolutely yes. And of course, bacteria tests will prove that, given a bit of time to balance out the type of biologics that are at work in the tank. So we can say with all positiveness that we haven't had a failure in a rainwater tank biologically over that period of time.
I understand. I've seen those graphs and charts, and it was basically that there was bacteria in the tank. The Grander was applied. The bacteria did shoot up at first, I must admit, and then once it did that, it actually went in a straight line to zero, and then it just stayed in zero forever. So there was no bacteria in the tank ever again once the Grander was applied. Now, look, we obviously sell water filters of all shapes and sizes, and I've been making rainwater tanks since I was 12 years old, and there is always bacteria, you know, different levels. You know, we used to do the plate counts and check for it and stuff like that, and it goes up and down, but there's always bacteria. I've never heard of no bacteria. So obviously the grander's working a treat.
We can't say it's no bacteria. I must correct that, because there's always going to be good or bad bacteria. It's whether the oxygen levels are correct. So if you get leaf in there, or if you get pollution in there, we expect that bacteria to perform and then dissipate, and that's the whole point of it.
Yes, right.
So that it can clean up. So biologics is really important to your body, to your tank. It's all the same thing.
Understand.
And that water conditioner, because it works on highly structured, permanently highly structured water, then it stabilises over that period of time. That's the secret to Grander.
Beautiful.
Permanently structured water.
Right. And now you've got to see Dr. McCullough and Professor Polak to know that us human beings must have restructured, revitalised water for optimum health. So that's definitely the angle we all should be taking. So the Grander rod in the tank, tank's happy, tank's clean, good biologics, good bacteria. It's agreeing with us, agreeing with our tummies. Everybody's healthy and feeling great. I've been on Grander a long time, feeling great. And then we might just put a filter, carbon filter or something like that at the point of use, drinking maybe to
what we always recommend is the first flush. That's really, if you're going to be living on rainwater, your big safety factor for the highs and lows is really to try and have a first flush system. It's because the amount of rubbish that comes off your roof when it first rains, that first flush is the one thing we recommend, plus your filters.
Understand, we've nailed it. All right, I'm with you there. So straight off the gutter, folks, Wayne's saying about a first flush before the water enters the tank. When a first flush drainage there, shed all the leaves, big sediment, stuff like that, and that saves it, doesn't even flow into the tank. Got a beautiful tank then, it's not collecting any debris. In with the rod, tank's happy, through the home, drinking water filter with some carbon and polish up, drink it before the point of use, and everybody's happy. That's a great way to do it. Beautiful, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rob.
All right, that's it, folks. Take a look at that, have a look at the site, and give us a call if we can help you in any way. But this is my choice for treatment for our rainwater tank. So good luck to you.